Welcome back to Lovenesters and episode 4 of our Lake Michigan Lakeshore Tour.
In our last video, we explored the breathtaking beauty of the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore and took in the charm of Fishtown, one of the last working fishing districts on the Great Lakes.
Today we will spend the day in Charlevoix, showing you 6 must-do activities.
We will show you the castle that is listed as one of the 10 must-see castles in America,
and some unique homes built by a self-taught architect that look like something right out of The Hobbit.
A huge thumbs up for Charlevoix, Michigan.
We're so glad you're joining us for another Lovenesters adventure.
Welcome back to Lovenesters. We are in Michigan.
For those of you that have been following along on our Michigan series, last video we told you we'd be exploring Traverse City. Wah wah, plans changed. There were hundreds and hundreds of kids. Thousands of kids in town for a soccer tournament. So Traverse City hotels were all booked. We couldn't fly by the seat of our pants like we normally do. So we headed up to Charlevoix and we have a great day planned for you.
Charlevoix is beautiful and we're so happy to share it with you.
Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for being here. Charlevoix, Michigan. We got a beautiful beach and a lighthouse.
The South Pier Light stands at 41 feet tall and has been an iconic part of the Charlevoix landscape since 1911. And while you are checking out the lighthouse, be sure and enjoy the sand at Michigan Beach Park.
We love discovering new architects, new structures, creative structures, and I think we found one. This is called the Mushroom House, created by Earl Young in Charlevoix, Michigan.
So there's a whole bunch of these homes called the Mushroom Houses. They kind of look like The Hobbit meets Frank Lloyd Wright. Can't wait to show them to you.
That's a great way to put it.
While there are formal tours available of the mushroom homes, many of them are so close together that walking and discovering them for yourself is also a good option.
So if you come to Grant Street, you can park. There's plenty of parking here if it's not too busy out.
Architect Earl Young is the creative genius behind these mushroom houses.
So these mushroom houses are known by these very curved line roofs. This is the Thatch House. This, I believe, is one of the most photographed homes here in Charlevoix. And we found out that you can actually rent this home. We talked to someone that's renting it, and she said it is so cool inside, all of the details. The thatch house rose from the original stone wall set by Earl Young in 1919. It was purchased in 2013, and it looks like it was redesigned a little bit. But it's now something that you can vacation in year-round. All right, this house right here was one that the architect himself, Earl Young, actually lived in. This was his second home. Wow, this was more of his personal residence. From the back, everything's just so organic and curved lines. Yeah, he and Frank, I think, would have got along. Again, his style, using the natural elements, using the rocks right from here.
These poor people that live here every day during the summer season. You have groups and groups of people looking in your windows. Oh my goodness.
Just used whatever was available. Look at all these stones from the area. And it just sure looks like it sprang up overnight and they stuck walls under the roof. Isn't that cool? I like how they haven't actually mowed the lawn. It just looks like you found this in the middle of the woods. All right, so the first part of our self-guided tour was only a half-a-mile walk around the block on Grant, Park, and Clinton Street, and we were able to see quite a number of houses. Real easy walk, real peaceful. This is on Park Avenue, and so his homes are known for the round lines. You can see that in this house. Look at the, and the chimneys, of course, are always very unique, but look at the detail there. Look at how that is all curved. That archway there, isn't that beautiful? Again, those rounded lines and using the natural elements, that was what he's known for.
If you're a fan of Frank Lloyd Wright, I think you're going to be a fan of Earl Young. Some of the same concepts that the famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Earl Young was self-taught. And like Frank Lloyd Wright, he wanted to bring in the natural curvatures of the natural world into his home designs. So in Charlevoix, Michigan, is possibly the only place you're going to see Earl Young's creations. Well, obviously the difference with Frank Lloyd Wright and Earl Young is the roof. I don't think Frank Lloyd Wright would appreciate the angle of these roofs, but I think there's other aspects to it. And
this is a sweet little house. Oh, I wish we could go inside. Look at that unique chimney. Use the natural stone. Self-taught. Highly recommend coming out and seeing these homes. It's lovely walking. If you're here early, if you're early risers like we are, you're up in the morning and you're like, what's open? These are always open. Just be respectful. They're all privately owned, but lovely, lovely walk and beautiful homes to see. So at one time, Charlevoix held the record for the world's largest cherry pie tin. They actually baked one. Traverse City is the self-proclaimed cherry pie capital of the world, so they wanted that record. Charlevoix beat them to it in 1976, but in 1987, Traverse City claimed the title with a pie that was 10,000 pounds bigger. Well, here's your recipe if you would like to make a 1,730 pound pie. The pie was baked intact in a specially constructed 14-foot pie tin and an 18-foot oven. It actually took 5 hours to cook the pie. I wonder who got to eat it. In 2013, Castle Farms was ranked in the top 10 must-see American castles.
Castle Farms was built in 1918 by the acting president of Sears and Roebuck as a working model dairy farm. It was designed to resemble the castles of Normandy, France. It was in a state of disrepair when the current owners remodeled it as a venue for weddings and special events. When they aren't hosting an event, the buildings and grounds are open for tours.
Oh, how beautiful is that for a wedding ceremony?
We are gathered here today to witness the union of these two beautiful people, Debbie and Jeff.
So one thing to note, this is a wedding venue, so I'm not sure that you can just roam the grounds like we are on a Saturday. We are roaming the grounds on a Sunday, and there is a wedding being set up for, so we have to kind of stay clear of that, but parts of this would be shut down, I'm sure, if weddings were in progress. So this is primarily, a lot of people use it as a wedding venue, and I love this. They have gowns here from 1860, 1910, and 1969. Here's the oldest one here. This is from 1830. Wow. I just love how they've decorated this. They have all these wedding toppers. Just depends on how much time you want to spend here. But there's all these cake toppers here, even back to 1918. We are here just, I think, a week too soon. They are known for having this outdoor train that would run on these tracks. They have this sweet little hedge maze in amongst the railroad track. All kinds of little buildings.
Hedge maze here, so we can get lost. Let's see if we can ditch Debbie. So they do have a nice setup here, so if you're a huge model railroading fan and you want to get married, this would be the venue for you.
These were part of the original buildings here. This was actually a dairy farm at one time. It was originally the blacksmith shop. It was used to shoe 8 teams of draft horses. This is one of the original doors to the barn. Oh, wow. There's a lot of history here. I mean, you can just walk the grounds and look at it like a garden, but you could also just enjoy this as a museum. This is one of the original buildings here. This was the carriage house, and it has been converted into just a stunning wedding venue.
Castle Farms, it's part fun, part history, and part museum. The trifecta of a great time.
If you're enjoying our adventures, we'd sure appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. It helps other people to find the channel. Thanks so much for watching.
Why not?
Castle Farms was created to showcase the medieval atmosphere with visions of King Arthur, Sir Lancelot, and the Knights of the Round Table.
Just something at every turn. Look at this lovely garden. There's so much to explore here. It's really what you make of it. It's a self-guided tour. We're just thrilled that they let us roam the gardens like this. So if you're here at the right time of the year, the wine cellar's tasting room is here as well. Here is Norm.
This is Castle Farms, just a hair east of Charlevoix. Absolutely beautiful buildings, structures. This is a wedding venue as well.
We have Sid the sea serpent guarding the pond.
Look who we found. And in a place like this, it might just be a prince in disguise. Whether by boat or just hanging out on the beach, be sure and spend some time on Lake Charlevoix, the third largest lake in Michigan. This is Round Lake, which actually connects to Lake Charlevoix.
They have a beautiful city park here with a beach and a port.
Downtown Charlevoix has the Weathervane Terrace Hotel Inn and Suites and the adjacent Weathervane Restaurant. These are the largest projects designed by Earl Young.
So every 30 minutes in Charlevoix, this bridge will open and close to let the boats through. All right, so we're gonna do the typical tourist thing and get a t-shirt. Awesome, and now the grand reveal for our favorite math teacher. Right, so this shop is awesome. Natasha will set you up. Print it within 20 seconds. There are 6 locations of Cherry Republic, and we've been to the mother store, but we love their samples, so we're going in. It's my absolute favorite thing, cherry sour balls. And then I'm gonna try the milk chocolate covered cherries. I know you like the dark chocolate, so I'll get you one. These are so good.
This is actually cherry beef jerky. Can you believe it? That is fantastic.
What a great place to visit, Michigan!
We certainly enjoyed our time here in Charlevoix. So much to do, from a castle with beautiful gardens
To the mushroom houses, great design by
Earl Young.
the Pearl Young. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic architect. And the value of this town is incredible because we stayed in a hotel. It was very reasonable, very clean, and very safe. The trifecta of the hotels.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here.
Join us in the next video on a journey filled with delicious treats, hidden gems, and creative inspiration. We'll dive into the art of candy making in Petoskey, uncover the best ice cream of our entire trip, explore a quirky town with only 3 buildings, and discover a remote haven for artists. See you there.